5 settembre 2025, weekend Formula 1. Vabbè!
Sta leader ai Covid, portando 15 vetture in pista contemporaneamente e non invece tutto il gruppone di 30 auto, un tempo che ricordiamo ancora quello di 84 il riferimento di sessione, poi Monza 1.40 136, dopo 1.40 e 2, 43 il quarto tempo giusto, 40 397, no, Strauss in stessa posizione. 1.40 475, poi Adley 1.44 e 96 e rimane per il momento l'ottava posizione di Roma 69 e recuperano davanti a Bruno che è uno dei portatori. Questo fine settimana in Formula 3 è per l'assegnazione del titolo di vice campione tra Mari Boia e Nicola Zolov, così in seconda posizione con 263, più staccata la terza posizione di MP Motorsport che ha raccolto la compagine olandese 166 punti nelle 9 gare sin qui disputate. Chiusura di stagione la Formula 3, proseguirà invece il calendario di però è all'ultima tappa della stagione europea, dunque saranno poi con Tiger domenica sera per andare sono nettamente migliorate le condizioni vedendo l'onboard della vettura di Zolov in uscita adesso dalla variante Ascari, percorrenza del rettitilo opposto a quello dei box, dove nella stagione 2024 si aggiudicò il titolo nella battaglia tutta tricolore Leonardo Fornaroli contro Gabriele Mini, entrambi impegnati in questa stagione 2025.
At the moment, it is the Norwegian ahead of Don't forget qualifying later this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the final round of the F3 series. Also, take a moment to download the app either on Android or the Apple iOS system. The MONZA app with all the information here this weekend, including where you can refill your water bottles around the circuit. I can tell you that some of these drivers, even though it's a little warning, it rained overnight, they will be sweating metaphorically, excuse the cliche, as they go into the final round of qualifying here this weekend. Who took victory.
auto storiche.
Netherlands outfit MP Motorsport blend experience and youth.
Saluta,
with
saluta.
Richard Bishop being
Ciao.
the most experienced driver in F2 and targeting
McLaren.
a sustained title triumph. TGR in F3 and steps up to the second tier full time following 3 appearances at who's also gained some early experience in the final 2 rounds of last season and scored points in all 4 races.
Consistency, that's key, probably the most important if you want to win a championship.
Sembra molto insieme lo quello davanti a Hamilton.
Perennial winners Braver Racing starts fresh following a 5th place finish in the team's championship with Gabriele Mini and Sebastian. Martins returns to the team with whom he won the 20.
Engineering side for the team. I think we are ready.
2023 Super Formula champion Miata enters his second season of F2 and is feeling more prepared than 12 months ago.
This season for me the second season in F2. So last season
quello che la McLaren aveva dato 2 giri, mezzo giro.
Next up, the 2022 British F1 champion. Who raced in the final 2 rounds of the 2024 campaign, narrowly missing out on points in his maiden weekend, finishing 11th. Sim racing sensation Esterson has already gained valuable experience from the final 2 rounds of the 2024 campaign and is raring to go ahead of his first full season. And the grid is completed by Van Amersfoort Racing, for whom Rafael Villagomez returns for his second season, setting his sights on the podium after a mixed 20. The 21-year-old has nothing but praise for his new team as he settles into new surroundings.
I think that's super wonderful, which is very good and also it's really good.
With all rounds taking place in support of the Formula One World Championship. The season opener in Melbourne is followed by back-to-back races preceding a European triple header at Imola, Monte Carlo and Barcelona. Spielberg and Silverstone are the halfway point of the season, which continues to inspire shots at MONZA. 3 flyaways in back
The McLaren Grand Prix team. And we move on to the AIX racing team from Paraguay in South America. John Wilson in the Scotsman Kian Shields.
Trident di Maurizio Salvadori, gara di casa anche per la seconda compagine tricolore, che ha Sami Megatunif e Max Esterson a difendere i propri colori.
The Dutch team are celebrating half a century of competition in world motorsport. The team started by the great Fritz van Amersfoort way back in 1975. Van Amersfoort Racing Team, represented by the Brit John Bennett and the Mexican Rafa Gomez. 22 cars, we are on circuit. We are underway. There is a virtual safety car period. Most of the drivers do a single installation lap. And now the green flag is flying. We are back. We are underway with free practice for the Formula 2, the 11th round of the FIA Formula 2 Championship. The field, this is going to be a cracking race here this weekend, of course, the championship. Leonardo Fornaroli is the championship leader. The driver who took that thrilling victory in last year's Formula 3 Championship. Jack the Texan Crawford, the driver from Houston, Texas in the United States of America. Leo Fornaroli, 154 points. Crawford, 137. Richard Leshaw, from the Netherlands, 135 points. Luke Browning, 125 points. Data, 124 in P5. El Catalan, who has spent the best part of the last half decade or more racing picking up multiple victories. He's also racing the Formula 3 series, trying to be the first driver from Paraguay to race in the Formula 1. Of course, he did win the season in Australia, but it is Leo Fornaroli who is the champion. Leo Fornaroli, who lives not too far from here, from the city of Piacenza. Piacenza.
Tutto il d'altronde non tutti sono dei cangurotti saltellanti come te, Ian. Noi che invece ci muoviamo per strada un po' di difficoltà in più l'abbiamo. Non è difficoltà, se segna un riferimento 47 per il pilota del Paraguay, con la vettura della X-Racing che va in vetta alla classifica, pubblico che arriva da tutto il mondo, l'abbiamo detto già in precedenza, e che forse già nella giornata di ieri ha ascoltato quelle che sono le attività organizzano degli eventi, chi arriva sempre tramite gli eventi attorno a quello che è il meraviglioso spettacolo in pista e in autodromo, con la volontà proprio da parte degli organizzatori sempre più immersiva, con Gabriele intanto che sta andando ad affrontare la parabolica, il siciliano.
Ecco Mini, questo rosa.
Questa sessione con la pista che ha sempre fatto molto è cresciuto il supporto della federazione italiana dal punto di vista della formazione della sua carriera, si porta in deportazione.
Taking a moment to remind you to download the official MONZA circuit app, which has all the information that you need to enjoy the 75th running of the Pirelli Italian Formula 1 Grand Prix right here at the team. Marti Miata and Jack Crawford. So the top Italian.
Winning twice. What do you like the most about Monza racetrack this weekend?
Buongiorno a tutti. Yeah, Monza is always special. It's the fastest circuit in the calendar, and love the speed and we love the racing here. As Dan said, I think the Tifosi and the fans make it very special. Not only on the circuit, we have the support in the hotel, in the airport, everywhere. So we know how much Formula 1 means in Italy, and when we come here, obviously we enjoy every single lap we do on track.
Thank you. Lance, you have scored points in 3 of the last 4 races. Tell us about these improvements and what do you need to do to maintain it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw the car was competitive, more competitive in the last few races in Zandvoort, in Budapest. So I think as a team we did a good job to execute well on the races and pick up the points we can. MONZA this weekend is a very different kind of track. We saw in Spa it was a little bit more difficult for us with the lower downforce. So here it's a bit more lower downforce, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, so try and keep it going.
Fernando, you two have been on an impressive trajectory since Barcelona. How much have you been enjoying being back in the fight for points, even in the top 5? And how brighter is the future for the team?
Yeah, I did enjoy definitely the second part of this season. The first 8 races I didn't score any points, so it was a little bit more difficult. But yeah, this year is more preparation for 2026, as you said. The future in the team looks exciting. New facilities and the new people joining the team. Adrian Newey making the car for next year. So yeah, we are all excited and yeah, looking forward to next year.
Lance, in the 9 years that you have been in Formula 1, the sport has changed such a huge way. It has become a phenomenon, a global phenomenon, a huge show. We have the Formula 1 movies, one of the biggest movies in sports ever. How much are you enjoying being part of this exciting new chapter for Formula 1?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Bravo, 3.
This is going to be Hulkenberg trying to make sense and making a result.
That guy just hasn't that was just a highly honestly.
Let's cool down the car. We can cool down and we box in the box for the car.
He doesn't have the greatest luck here. 2 out of the last 3 races before today, he didn't even take the start. And today, he's retiring at the end of lap 7.
Lando suggests we do a box to overtake on the track, box to overtake.
So the call comes out. Oh, he's hit the marker coming into the pits, and I think he got away with it. Where is Charles Leclerc? Where is Lando Norris?
Here we go. Good afternoon, Monza. Are you ready? Because the 2025 Pirelli Italian Formula One Grand Prix starts right here, right now with free practice one. Buongiorno a tutti, benvenuti a Monza. Siete pronti? Antonio, tu sei pronto?
Nato pronto cangurotto, pronti a saltare sulle tribune per infiammare questa prima sessione di prove libere, la riaccensione dei motori dopo, per chi ha avuto piacere, una bella trasferta olandese, chissà invece chi ha un po' più sofferto col cuore, il cuore rosso, quello che batte sempre qui a Monza, quello della Ferrari per supportare la rossa al ritorno a casa, una bellissima stagione 2024 ancora nella memoria, ma adesso
ecco Hamilton sta salendo, lo vedi il casco giallo?
Di prove libere di questo Gran Premio che celebra anche per rimanere in tema italiano i 500 GP della Pirelli, disputato storicamente a Zandvoort, ma con le celebrazioni proprio qui nella gara di casa per il costruttore Meneghino. D'altronde Monza, tempio della velocità, ma per andare veloci se non metti le gomme sull'asfalto si fa molta fatica, vero Ian?
Esattamente, yes, we are ready for free practice one on a glorious Friday afternoon at the Formula One World Championship. It is, as Antonio did mention, the 500th. We are celebrating the 500th Grand Prix of Pirelli in the FIA Formula One World Championship. And this is the 75th edition of this famous race, which has been held at this circuit every year since the World Championship that began in 1950, with the sole exception of the same year that Moscow hosted the Olympic Games 45 years ago, in 1980, when the event was held for the one and only time at Imola. But we are back at the 10th. Che fantastico in tribuna in rettilineo.
Max!
La bandiera della Francia.
Cuore che batte sempre fortissimo qui a Monza per quella che è la gara più veloce dell'intero calendario del mondiale di Formula 1, una gara che quest'anno va a salutare
c'è il vecchio là sotto il sedile,
che caricherà i container per andare poi verso America e Medio Oriente. Cuore che batte fortissimo sulle tribune e abbiamo visto anche proprio la resicura reduce la Ferrari 16 Charles Leclerc con questa nuova livrea che diciamo prima il tributo all'anniversario dei 50 anni della seconda GP del ricordo anche di grado che lo stesso Hamilton ha voluto che ritraeva proprio l'austriaco.
Sta entrando in pista ora
Hamilton
in questa gara l'anno scorso Charles Leclerc, numero 16, aspettiamo. Hamilton for the first time Ferrari here at Monza. Antonio, la prima volta da un altro Antonio Giovanazzi abbiamo in pista per il Gran Premio d'Italia italiano Andrea Chimi.
Bellissima stagione con Paul, arrivato nella gara di Montreal con Mercedes che era riuscita una stagione con qualche difficoltà sia nel primo anno pitture che dunque si lanciano. Abbiamo visto anche le mescole 3G, 4 e C5 per quanto riguarda questa gara italiana a Monza. Nel corso delle prove libere 2 ore, la prima 17 alle 18. Ne approfittiamo anche per ricordarvi di scaricare l'app di Monza Circuit per rimanere sempre aggiornati su quello che è il programma di pista per le tante attività che ci sono in fan zone, che potranno tenervi in quello che succede in autodromo, non solo in pista ma anche e soprattutto nel parco, una bellissima presenza di attività in fan zone.
So we are underway with free practice one. This is of course we have got 2 rookies on track. Alex Dunn, 89, and Paul Laurent, who is 2 rookies taking part in the for 2025. Alex Dunn, screenshot that because the Irishman goes big right. Coming out to shine you. Don't forget to download the official app, which keeps you up to date.
Alonso!
Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. We are expecting this morning that has cleared the sun is shining for 2025. 20 cars on the grid for the final time. And of course, here at the circuit, here in the paddock. D'Italia da Antonio Giovanazzi, ricordiamo l'anno scorso ha spiegato che Andrea Antonelli, la seconda Mercedes o forse la prima, al momento è la seconda. Drivers on the grid. Ollie Behrman, of course, makes his debut in the Italian Formula 1 Grand Prix. Depending on which day of the week it is, if we count Alex Albon. Albon, conjecture in the last few days where he will be racing, in fact, in 2025.
That's not
Alex Albon, though, for the moment, that we will race at Monaco, the most famous MONZA, through to 2035. We are back at the Principality 2026. The contract has been signed.
Williams 1:21.4 il consistente da parte di Max Verstappen con 27 potenziali in questa prima sessione di prove libere a Monza, un circuito dove la potenza del motore è ovviamente fondamentale per portare a casa e poi nella tenuta in gara, un motore che è stato molto debole per quanto riguarda la trasferta olandese di Lando Norris. Verstappen che sale in vetta alla classifica 1:21.166 per il campione del mondo della Red Bull, scalza Alexander Albon. Norris in terza posizione davanti a poi Isaac Kajar in sesta posizione, Hamilton scivolato in seconda la stagione stanno trovando con sempre maggior costanza e competitività e su circuiti fra loro molto diversi. Antonelli, Ocon, Gasly, Bortoleto, Sainz e Tsunoda a chiudere la classifica quando siamo fase di eliminazione, fasi cruciali queste della prima sessione.
Sainz, Leclerc still there in position for you remember last year. Incredible race when Leclerc did take victory over a hard charging and now championship leader Australian Oscar Piastri.
Una fase delicata, Sainz spagnolo. Nel frattempo Max Verstappen ha ripreso la leadership. Il pilota olandese poliglotta con Carlos Sainz che sale al quarto posto alle spalle del connazionale 1.21.192 per Alonso, rimane 1.27 il riferimento da battere per quanto riguarda quinta piazza per Charles Leclerc in classifica 1.22.239, Lando Norris sesta posizione 1.21.425, Isaac Ajard settima piazza 1.21.464, George Russell in ottava posizione con la prima Mercedes 1.21.477, Gabriel Bortoleto con la Sauber in nona posizione 1.21.582 e chiude con la seconda gara siamo a 41 dal termine di questa attiva è stata quella di Nico Hülkenberg, la seconda Sauber in classifica con 11 giri al suo attivo. Guardiamo anche Antonelli in questo momento 18esimo, 1.22.3 il riferimento dell'italiano alle sue spalle.
Title coming down to the wire in the fight with Dino Beganovic. He finished third in the Formula 3 Championship, third Formula 2 Championship, now driving Max Verstappen, P1 still in with a shot of taking yet another World Championship. He is still third in the series but will need a miracle. He is 104 points. That is 4 Grand Prix victories behind the Australian Oscar Piastri, who's looking to emulate his countryman Sir Jack Brabham, 3-time Formula 1 World Champion, and the great Alan Jones, who won the world title back in 1980. He is the championship leader, the sole Australian in the field, for the moment at least. We may see Jack back on track before you know it. Verstappen, Leclerc, Albon, 1/3 practice distance.
Che dopo la penalità di Zandvoort ha perso la zona punti, che aveva ritrovato invece prima della pausa estiva, una stagione di debutto che vede l'italiano in settima posizione al momento con 64. C'è Lewis Hamilton che in classifica ne ha 109, la quinta posizione 150 punti raccolti sino a qui grazie ai 4 podi ottenuti in questo 2025. 184 sono i punti che invece danno a George Russell la possibilità di essere in quarta posizione, l'ultimo gradino del podio per quanto riguarda la classifica mondiale di Max Verstappen con 205, poi l'allungo di Piastri con il ritiro di Norris in Olanda, 309 punti del pilota australiano contro i 275 dell'inglese, bandiera inglese in un gioco.
Arriva già!
Monegasco, ovvero dal record nel primo settore prima della bandiera rossa e la Scari esce, la Ferrari 6-9 il riferimento di Leclerc nel secondo riesce a recuperare la tiro di Max Verstappen per provare a balzare in vetta alla classifica
primo!
286 per Leclerc che balza dunque in vetta alla classifica dei tempi, relegato in seconda posizione, 26 rimane il tempo del olandese, Sainz in terza piazza 1.20.8, Albon già a chiudere la top 5, l'altra Ferrari è entrata in questa per mettere dal Gran Premio di Olanda, dove il pilota inglese determinato.
From the north of London, goes through the to the top. Yes, it's only 3 rounds wide. World champion, driving for the first time at Monza. And the red car goes to the top of the tyres. Would you believe it's Ferrari 1-2. Questa scena domani pomeriggio. Questa applicata domani sera.
Devi imparare che in Italia c'è una cosa che si chiama scaramanzia, e quindi
certo,
devi farti i fatti tuoi.
Dai, vieni qua.
Legalmente non possono migliorare. Secondi con la bandiera solo la sua macchina è bloccata proprio in pista e con la bandiera a scacchi. That's the ball game. FP1 is done. Lewis.
Mettono fuori, sì.
Dunque l'uscita di Russell chiama l'anticipo per quanto riguarda il termine dei lavori per questa prima sessione di prove libere del Gran Premio di Formula 1 a Monza. Dunque il miglior tempo pilota inglese davanti a una squadra Charles Leclerc in seconda posizione 1:22:86 per il Monegasco, terza posizione per Carlos Sainz, 1 minuto 20 secondi 650 di Max Verstappen. Campanello però di allarme per quanto riguarda la Mercedes dopo il problema avuto da Norris in Olanda a parcheggiare prima dell'arrivo della roggia. Dunque prove di qualifiche fatte da quasi tutti i piloti che hanno avuto la possibilità di guardare la Formula 1, vedere sessione in prove libere dalle 17 alle 18, l'attività però riparte tra 55 finirà il programma di giornata, invece dopo la seconda libera di Formula 1, l'unica sessione di prove libere non dovete farlo voi perché grazie all'app del MONZA potete scaricare soprattutto il programma della Fanzone dove saranno degli artisti che quelle che sono le pause dall'attività in pista, potete trovare anche quelli che sono i riferimenti degli informatori per riempire le vostre borracce nonché le spese solare perché è importante proteggersi anche dai raggi del sole.
Esattamente, bravo Antonio. Just getting word, in fact, George Russell, the car was locked, in fact, locked in 7th gear. He just said,
Può essere Barak che possa alzare quella dietro. Già l'Albero è succede capace su
That's what we practice right with that. At 5 o'clock with the F2. Don't go too far away because we have got qualifying for the final round of the 2025 FIA Formula 3 Championship here at MONZA in a
Faccia Kimi.
This is the first time on track for and also the same as the championship here at Oxford Piastri. He's coming in P7 at the 21.096. First time out today for Franco Colapinto. Has completed 12 laps, only bested by Carlos Sainz, who has put in 13 laps and put in a purple sector as well, as has Norris. You got Hulkenberg. Norris goes across the line, goes once under the 80-second bracket, 119. For the Swiss team north of the border, second place for Nicole. Sainz third from the Verstappen. The Sauber team watching on from pit lane. Happy with that performance. Gabriel Bortoleto, his teammate, just building up to speed now. He's just completing an outlap. Gabriel Bortoleto, in fact, watching on the big screens around the circuit, the reigning Formula 2 champion, who took a spectacular last to first at 50. Maybe investigated for yellow flag infringement. Gee, that would be tough because the yellow flag was out. He was slowing up and there was a driver virtually at walking pace. He did slow up though. But technically, yeah, okay, he may have passed under yellow potentially, but he was easing up because the incident was happening simultaneously. American driver on the grid next to him. Bottas here at the circuit, of course, this weekend. We go back to the great Juan Manuel Fangio. 1953, 54, and 1955. Well over half a century ago. Juan Manuel Fangio, one of the greatest of all time. Of course, before many of us were even conceived or born. Franco Colapinto following on. We know Argentina, we know they've won the World Championship, the World Cup when it comes to football. Back on track is Franco Colapinto. Into the Ascari chicane. Norris pick one. You're watching on the screens around the circuit. Here comes Lewis through the Ascari chicane. one winner with Ferrari in 2025, albeit in the sprint. Comes across the line, pushing the tiger. Goes B2 with a 120.07. Norris, the only driver under the 1 minute 20 bracket. L'unico pilota sotto Sainz has gone under the 1 minute 20 bracket as well. 1:19.974. Sir Lewis, first of 4 British drivers.
That's unbelievable. Every time.
Blocked drastically coming down through the Scurry chicane. Lance Stroll was on a flying lap. He's had 2 personal best sectors and found a car right in the middle of the Ascari chicane. Lance Stroll has had that lap absolutely ruined. Fortunately though for the Canadian, we've still got 23 minutes remaining in this free practice too. And no points coming. That is what counts. There's a lot of breaks in 3 o'clock. Local time is 17th running. Has been on the podium, of course, in the past. Firstly, with Williams, has taken pole position as well. There's traffic massively down into the has made his way by. He's on a quick lap. We watch the Brazilian go down the back straight into Michele Alboreto Parabolica. Best result thus far of 6. Finding form is the reigning Formula 2 champion from Sao Paulo. In 12 and 13, Isaac Hadjar, Liam Lawson, Alonso Gasly Stroll, who wasn't brought on that lap. Antonelli was in position to 7. He's out. His time of 21.367.
Aperitivo nel posto più bello del mondo, ovvero l'autodromo nazionale Monza, aperitivo che potrete continuare a fare poi in serata anche nel fuori GP con le tante attività di Monza. Come scoprirlo di grande interesse? Beh, scaricando l'app Monza Circuit per avere tutto il programma di ma non è questa una sorpresa, visto che la vettura inglese si sta adattando perfettamente ad ogni visto sin dal ritorno in azione lo scorso fine settimana da parte della McLaren. Chissà che non arriverà invece un guizzo guarda Lando Norris 23-4, invece sul passo gara di Max Verstappen 23-6, ottimo anche riferimento di attesa il taglio.
Hai visto che mercoledì sera mi sembra uno dei 3 dirigenti di Rai Sport?
Antonio, dai, scommettiamo pole position.
Possiamo chiedere a tutti i presenti oggi sì, dalla pagina dell'autodromo guarda la qualifica di domani e il nostro social
Bravo, ok, facciamo così e non perdiamo niente. Not only download the official app,
buon lavoro per
il sito sito ufficiale Monza, l'autodromo di Monza. Our media manager, Mr. Stephen Personal, a good first sector, way off his personal best. Check the flag to end free practice to Norris. Crosses the line in position 3. The gap 0.09 Piastri P4 does not improve. It looks as though they're in position 1. Who took pole position in 2024 will surely finish Friday on top. Crosses the line, does not improve but stays on top with a 1 minute 19.878. Leclerc second with a 19.961. Carlos Vamos, El Madrileño with a 1:19.974. Just those three drivers lapping under the 1 minute. Piastri, Hamilton, Verstappen, striking this session like his high, lock his handles. Excellent for the 16th row into and again Habascari. So he's gone quick, but he's run off the road 3 times in this session. Cool control though, just lifts off the throttle, brings it back on circuit, loses very little, certainly not an incident, but does lose those laps. And that's what free practice here on Friday is about. And it is the flag has waved. The end of Friday free practice has come on. To do some practice here this afternoon. We'll check the order for you in a moment, but the team which are dominating 2025, both the drivers and constructors championships, have finished Friday, September 5. On time, in the race. Who ran off the track 3 times, but still second fastest. The gap just hundredths of a second. And Carlos Sainz, the driver from Madrid in P3.
Per gli eventi che riguardano la MONZA sia per la serata che ci offrono i raggi del sole e quelli che saranno invece di gestire gli appuntamenti domani.
Finalmente Antonio l'ultima volta opposition domani.
È il pilota più veloce nel Q3 fa la pole.
Bravo, scrivete sul sito ufficiale Instagram e Facebook Monza Autodromo, chi pensate segnerà pole position domani. We wrap up at free practice to Lando Norris goes fastest with a 19.878. Charles Leclerc with a 19.961. Carlos Sainz continues to impress with a 19.974. The championship leader Oscar Piastri in P4. Hamilton, Verstappen, Albon, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda and George Russell in P10. We are done for Formula 1. on Friday, September 5. The Porsche Super Cup in half an hour from now here at Monza.
Minchia, guarda che bello Verstappen. Magari rimanasse
back at the top spot. How much confidence is he going to take from that session into free practice and qualifying tomorrow?
I personally hope a lot. Because he's the kind of driver that needs to have this feeling to be competitive and to be the man to shine. But the most important and crucial part of the weekend for him is going to be Q3 qualifying. So when it counts more, when there is the pressure, and when usually we saw how good is Oscar Piastri
putting that together.
Yeah, Oscar Piastri just does this great job, doesn't he? You know, it's always Lando at the top of the timings, and then he always seems to, Piastri pulls it out of the bag when it counts in Q3.
Yeah, I think Oscar does a very good job, especially having all the data from Lando, of taking all his good stuff and look at what Lando's doing and learn. He's learning what Lando's doing, and then always at the end of Q3 he can get most of Lando's stuff plus his stuff, and it's always good enough to beat Lando by a little bit.
Yeah, it seems that he's building, and then when he comes...
and it's probably not even Oscar, it's his whole group understand how Lando drives and what Oscar needs to adapt to match it.
I mean, despite obviously them being the pace setters, there were still times where you could see Lando kind of struggling with the car. You know, it wasn't a perfect session, that's for sure.
Yes, and also for McLaren, it's not going to be so easy to qualify and be...
But to literally just get a couple of laps in and then to, you know, have to retire from the session.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, because it's the type of weekend... he lost the rear in entrance, and then... he tried to oversteer to recover the line and to recover the grip, but it was just so quick and he lost the line and he spun in the gravel. I mean, I'm disappointed because it's the kind of weekend where he needs to put the performance and to show the speed and to show that he can match the performance of Russell, and then he can maintain it during the race without mistakes. Yeah, and already on Friday I had one that ended up big, because with the other they recovered, they got lucky, they ran away. My time you give in the ground.
For me, it just seems like he's not taking enough steps. Like he's trying to jump instead of making steps, and the steps he's trying to take are always too big. Like when he gets it together, he's very good and he looks really close to George, but there's too many mistakes. It's like at some point they need to go, okay, we need to do smaller steps. Even like it's better to have